My child, I am breaking the silence of your day because what I must tell you cannot wait for another nightfall. You were sleeping, while your heart was finally resting from the noise of this world. I was standing in the shadows of your life, fighting a battle you did not even know was taking place. You woke up today feeling ordinary. You poured your cup, you took your deep breath, and you stepped into your morning as if today were just another cycle of survival. But hear me clearly, nothing about this day is ordinary. You are standing here right now only because I moved before the sunrise. Listen closely to my voice, for I am speaking to you alone in this exact hour. You felt a quiet nudge to pause just moments ago, a sudden stillness in your spirit that made you hesitate. That was not a coincidence. That was my presence reaching out to wrap around your heart before the weight of this day could crush you. Last night, an assignment was set against your peace. It wore a familiar face. It spoke with soft promises. It moved quietly through the dark, intent on stealing the quiet joy you have spent months trying to rebuild. You could not see it because you trust too easily. You could not sense it because you were exhausted. But I saw every step it took toward your door. And before it could reach your threshold, I stepped between you and the harm. I closed what was meant to entrap you. I redirected a road that would have cost you years of regret. And I did all of this while you were sound asleep, because your defense has never rested upon your own strength. It rests entirely upon my faithfulness. Perhaps you woke up with an unexplained heavy heart. Perhaps a sudden wave of restlessness brushed over you in the middle of the night, leaving you staring at the ceiling, wondering why your soul felt so stirred. That was not anxiety, my child. That was the echo of an unseen victory being won on your behalf. I am telling you this now because you have been asking me quietly for a sign. In the silence of your routine, when no one else was watching, you looked up and wondered if I still remembered your name. You wondered if your prayers were falling flat, or if you had been left to navigate this wilderness all on your own. Hear my answer today: I have never left your side. Not for 1 minute. Not for one breath. If your heart recognizes my voice in this quiet moment, declare your amen right now. Do not brush this warning aside. When you walk through your days unaware of my protection, you live like an orphan, constantly bracing for the next blow, constantly trying to guard your own back. But when you realize that my hands are actively shaping your life, you breathe differently. You stop bowing to fear. You stop giving power to the things that were meant to destroy you. I know what this past season has cost you. I have watched you wear a smile in front of the world while silently breaking apart in private. I have heard you answer, "I am fine," with a firm voice, even while your heart was trembling inside your chest. You were never meant to carry all of this by yourself. Yet, somewhere along the way, you decided that carrying the pain alone was safer than risking another disappointment. You built high walls. You stayed busy so you wouldn't have to feel the quiet ache in your soul. This moment right here is my divine interruption. I am breaking the pattern of silent suffering in your life. Look back at what was attempting to hold you captive. There were doors you desperately wanted open, doors you pleaded with me to unlock. I kept them shut not to punish you, but because I saw the compromise waiting on the other side. There were people who gradually drifted away, leaving you searching your own words for a mistake you never made. You made no mistake. That distance was created by my hand to protect your future. Now, hear me in this hour of decision. A divided heart cannot receive a full harvest. You have kept one hand on my promise and one hand on your old fears, holding back just in case I fail you. But I am asking for your whole heart today. Place something of real weight upon the altar of your faith right now. Bring an offering, a financial seed sown into the ground of this calling, as a physical sign that you no longer belong to fear or lack. When you release a seed from your hand, it does not leave your life, it steps ahead of you into the harvest I am preparing. The altar has never been a place of loss, it is the holy ground where trust becomes visible. Open your hands today, release what you have been clutching so tightly out of fear, and watch how I open the windows of heaven over your tomorrow. Do not be afraid of what you had to leave behind on that altar. What leaves your grip was never meant to sustain you. I am your true provider, and my supply has never run dry. Look at the battles you have survived up to this moment. People looked at your calm face and assumed your journey was smooth. They saw you show up, fulfill your responsibilities, and keep your promises, without ever guessing the quiet pain it took for you to stand tall. But I saw the hours behind closed doors. I saw you sitting in silence, trying to make sense of worries that kept you awake. I saw you gathering your shattered strength in quiet rooms before stepping out to be strong for everyone else. Nothing you suffered went unnoticed. Heaven keeps a record that earth can never read. Earth rewards titles, noisy victories, and public praise. Heaven records the silent sacrifices, the honest choices made when compromise was easy, and the quiet forgiveness extended before an apology was ever offered. You feel weary today, my child, but do not mistake weariness for weakness. The iron held in the fire by the blacksmith is not being punished, it is being shaped. Every heavy blow of the hammer feels like ruin to the metal, but to the master craftsman, it is the birth of something strong and unbroken. You have been in that fire, and you have felt those heavy blows. I tell you today that nothing in your story was wasted. You are not damaged, you are tempered. You are being made fit for a greater purpose that is stepping toward you right now. That is precisely why the spiritual opposition against your life became so intense in this recent season. Have you noticed how the confusion thickened? How small setbacks clustered together, trying to convince you that your faith was failing. Darkness does not waste its arrows on empty land. A thief does not break into an empty vault. The sheer intensity of the resistance you felt is proof of the incredible treasure I have placed within your soul. The enemy is not fighting your past, he is terrified of your future. So hear me clearly, the pressure you are feeling is not a sign of a closed heaven. It is the shaking that happens right before the ground breaks open for your breakthrough. When the noise grows loudest, it is because a long-standing chain in your life has lost its grip. Now, set down the heaviest burden you have been carrying. Stop trying to prove your worth to people who were never paying attention. You spent years auditioning for acceptance, trying to be useful enough so that no one would leave you. Your value was settled the moment I formed you in the womb. No human applause can add to your worth, and no human rejection can take it away. I am restoring what was lost while you were fighting to survive. I am mending your hope. Over the years, your hope learned to whisper. It was disappointed so many times that it stopped expecting, stopped asking, and called it realism. But I called it a wound, and today I am healing it. In the days ahead, a strange, quiet optimism will rise in your chest. Do not fight it. That is your restored hope walking again. I am untangling your mind. The mental exhaustion that kept your thoughts racing like open doors in a storm is coming to an end. My peace is settling over your thoughts. Decisions that used to cause you weeks of agonizing anxiety will now resolve in hours with quiet clarity. A new season is opening before you. It will not arrive with loud fanfare, it will arrive with a deep, settled sense of rightness. What comes from my hand brings peace even when it brings a challenge. What comes from elsewhere brings anxiety even when it promises pleasure. Consult my peace in every choice you make, it will always guide you home. You are stepping into a higher calling, my child. Your life is meant to be a quiet shelter for others when the world around them begins to shake. Your composure will give courage to the frightened. Your unshakable trust will show them that an unseen hand is holding you tight. Begin every morning with me before you give your heart to the noise of the world. Forgive quickly, Let go of grievances before the sun sets, and when you stumble, run back to me immediately without shame. My door has never had a lock on it. Walk into this day with your head lifted high. The old accusations have lost their power. The past has released its hold over you. You are not just escaping a storm, you are stepping into your divine appointment. If you receive this word today and choose to walk in my peace, seal it now by declaring your loud and faithful Amen.